Hello and welcome to CNBC Africa's Corporate Access program. My name is Zinathi Gquma. Now today we'll be looking at financial services provider PPS. Now the company focuses on providing financial products and solutions to South Africa's graduate professionals. This is with the aim of creating intergenerational wealth. Now very interesting because this is a very unique segment in South Africa's professional market, and joining us to give us the company's vision and mission is CEO Izak Smit. Welcome to CNBC Africa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Zinathi, and thank you.
Right,
yes.
Now I've mentioned that you guys focus on providing financial solutions and services to South Africa's graduate professionals. Why specifically this segment of South Africa's professional market, and what makes them unique?
Yeah, so this year we celebrate our 80th anniversary. So the company was founded in 1941, interesting time in the war, by 8 dentists.
Dentists.
So all professionals, of course. Later they allowed other professionals in, and over the year the model has evolved, but we still kept our focus on that very narrow market segment, as you've said, South Africa's professionals. So that's making us unique. Other thing that makes us unique is the fact that we operate under the ethos of mutuality, which basically means that we don't have outside shareholders, so all the profit that is generated by our solutions go back to our members with qualifying products.
Now you say that the company was founded by a dentist. What is it about his experiences that actually made him decide that this company should focus on the financial health of graduate professionals?
Yeah, so when PPS was founded all those years ago, 1941, I think maybe it's in a crisis environment like a war, when people start worrying about what's going to happen if I don't earn an income. So originally the core focus was just providing an income to these professionals if something happens to them, if they're not able to generate professional income. Still very big core focus of ours today. So we protect our professional members against hardship, whether it is sickness. Over the years it has evolved, so we cover the full range of life products, death, and also we ventured into the other services as well. So we provide short-term insurance, we've got investment solutions, so we cover almost the full spectrum of financial services solutions, but still focusing on that market segment, the professionals.
Now this segment actually carries a significant weight of South Africa's economy, and you mentioned that what makes your company different from other financial services providers is the ethos of mutuality. Talk to me about that. What does that mean?
Yeah, so as I said, we don't have other shareholders. It makes my job a bit easier, one less stakeholder to be worried about. So everything that we do is just focused for the benefit of professionals, and our first priority is not profitability, it is actually financial security. So really to be there when our members need us, but then if we make a profit, then all of that is returned to our professional members.
Now, of course, we do know last year, 2020, the world was hit by an unprecedented disruption, COVID-19. Economies and healthcare systems and people's health was affected incredibly. And I just want to know, as a company that caters to the financial health of people in this challenging economic environment, how did PPS deal with that, and what was your response?
So because we were founded in a war, it's in our DNA to cope with these things. So last year, the pandemic, of course, because of our core business, protecting members against hardship, we were in the eye of the storm of the pandemic. So, but it was also a year to prove again why we are there, to help our members. So, our claims, I think that's the big story of 2020. That increased quite a lot, as you would expect, in a pandemic year. But even though it increased year on year significantly on the life side, 45% up from 2019 to 2020, we were still, at the end of the day, able to also make an operational profit, and we are quite proud about that as well.
And I mean, what were some of the measures that you took in supporting your employees and the communities that you do engage in when it came to your response to COVID-19?
Yeah, so quite a number of things that I can mention. I think also because of our unique mutuality, you know, we could be very quick out of the blocks to develop protocols to assist our members. So looking almost for opportunities to assist them, to help them. So we developed protocols around our claims. Of course, we just had to be fair across the membership. So whatever we did, but I mean, it's almost, when you look at our COVID-19 statistics, it's almost sometimes difficult to prepare it against the rest of the industry, because whereas the others who are in models where also have to think about the shareholder and have to stick to the contract rules, we could just look at how we could assist. So claims protocols, a big one. We looked at underwriting as well, and we had to change things there. But Zinathi, the other thing is that although you know, professionals, that market segment, one must remember they also got impacted, and they also suffered from an economic perspective. So paying premiums, we had to look at ways in which we could assist our members as far as that is concerned. So yeah, it's paying premiums, looking at the claims, protecting jobs was the other one, also for our own staff. And I'm very, very glad to say that we didn't have to lay off anyone. Yeah, so a number of things one can talk about.
That's actually impressive that you didn't have to lay off anyone. We do know that the unemployment statistics are pretty staggering in the country. You know, incredible response that you guys took in terms of supporting your employees and the communities and your members. But, you know, obviously, because of the challenging economic environment, I do have to delve into your financial position. What were some of your highlights from your 2020 financial year?
So as I mentioned, we were able to declare an operational profit. It was half of what it was the previous year, but it came to 555 million. The reason for it obviously dropping was that claims we spoke about earlier. But then the other, that was not the only profit we could return to our members. There's also investment returns that we earn on the assets on our balance sheet. And that last year came to just below 1.7 billion. So in total, 2.2 billion in profit that we could return to our members. So we are quite proud about that. And that is, as I've said, despite our claims and all the other payments that we made to our members. The total amount that we paid to members in 2020 came to 4.8 billion, a big number. So yeah. Of
course, we do know that, I guess the theme for 2020 was necessity is the mother of invention. And with all the disruptions and the restrictions that were basically imposed on us, vulnerabilities in systems were exposed, and I guess this leads me to innovation, because there was a lot of innovation in 2020. How did PPS innovate?
Yeah. One thing, you mustn't let a crisis, you know, kind of just go into pulling the hatches down, and you still have to, as you say, Zinathi, innovation is still very, very important. You have to throw fertilizer for the future. So yeah, what we discussed earlier, you know, making adjustments to our claims and things, that in itself is a bit of innovation. But there are also a couple of other things that I can mention. In fact, we rolled out new interfaces to our members, how they can interact with us, so that is more on the digital side. We also, a very interesting one that we've now introduced, a big innovation, coming back to the profit share story, is that we introduced the concept of a profit share booster. And what that means is that just simply if you make use of more of the products that we offer across the group, so not only in the life business but also short-term investments, then your profit share gets boosted. So obviously the actuaries had to really do their calculations and innovate and so on. So and then on the product side itself, one of the big things we worked on in 2020 was one of our core product lines, critical illness. And we've just rolled out what shall I call it, a revamped product line, and with some very, very interesting new things that we offer as far as critical illness is concerned. Many others that I can mention, but those are probably the big ones.
Yeah, sounds like great innovation there to support your members. But I mean, we do know that we are into the 4th month of still another economically challenging year. We do know that, you know, as much as we're excited about vaccinations, the rollout has been very slow, with the J&J vaccine even now being halted in South Africa. And I just want to know, with this this, still challenging environment, what is your outlook for South Africa's economy, with economic recovery being top in the agenda? What is your outlook for the economy? What is your outlook for your business and your strategy going forward?
Yeah, as you say, the pandemic is not behind us. The big question is there going to be a third wave, maybe even other waves going forward? We've reserved for a third wave. I'm watching the statistics like a hawk. So far, it doesn't seem as if the third wave is there yet. We do think if there is going to be one, it's going to be more shallow than that second one that hit us over the turn of the year. Interesting in terms of just our exposure last year, because of the lots of medical professionals that are members. I mean, they really got impacted. Interesting statistics, the portion of our total membership base that the medical professionals are, it's about 27%, but 74% of the coronavirus claims, so that were claims that were classified, we know that was because of the virus, 74% medicals. And in 2021, as you know, rightly so, they are in the front of the queue to get vaccinated, so hopefully that's going to help us this year as far as the claim story is concerned.
Absolutely. And I mean, just to close the conversation off, just talk to me about the legacy that you hope to leave in terms of providing financial solutions to graduate professionals in South Africa.
Yeah, I don't think our purpose will ever change. It has been for 80 years to protect South Africa's professionals, graduate professionals. That's going to continue. So, in terms of legacy, if it can just be said that we've indeed lived up to that purpose. But I think the other legacy, just Zinathi, is that, as I've said earlier, we cover the full spectrum of financial services, and there are, although our life business is very much fully developed in terms of numbers of members, but the other businesses, that can still a lot of runway for growth. So we would like to see our professionals take up more of what we have to offer, because it is indeed very bespoke solutions for professionals. They're missing out if they don't make use of those other solutions as well.
Absolutely incredible purpose that you do have there. Thank you so much for joining us, Izak. Thank you for giving us your insights and just walking us through the vision and the mission of PPS in terms of providing financial solutions for graduate professionals to create intergenerational wealth. That was Izak Smit, the CEO of PPS. And thank you for joining us. Till next time. From me, Zinathi Gquma, it's goodbye for now.